Hey, this is Marjory Wildcraft, and on this edition of Homesteading Basics, I want to show you this really nifty tool that I've come across. Hi, I'm here with Ross at Known Source Nursery in Taylor, Texas, and we were talking tools. He's got a whole bunch of tools, really high quality tools for sale here. And I said this, oh my gosh, Ross, you know, I've heard about these. Can you tell me a little bit about this broadfork that you got?
Yeah, the broadfork has quickly become like the most invaluable tool in my arsenal. We're constantly using it for just about everything. But all in all, it's become really popular in the no-till movement. So in place of a tiller, a broadfork is that tool that you buy once, it lasts the rest of your life. You never have an issue trying to start it up for that one time a year tilling action that you got going.
This thing really is solid.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is a once a lifetime purchase. And you will be covered, especially with this brand.
You got to. Oh yeah, tell me about the brand. There was
Meadow Creature. They're just nicest family. Definitely has that small business vibe to it, but it's just super high quality. If you search broadforks, you're going to come up with Meadow Creature being the best every single time. So yeah, once I found this, I've stuck with it and I haven't changed ever since.
And you got a couple of different sizes, so that's more of like the homesteader gardener size, and then this is a
this is mine right here. Actually,
this is a farmer size.
Yeah, this is the farmer size. So this is, I mean, this is great.
This is the big boy.
The big boy. This is great for root crops. You know, it's really what it's projected towards. But we do a lot of tree planting. You know, you can basically plant a tree in about a minute. You know, flat with that thing.
Yeah, we'll show you how this works in just a second. But you were saying, like, this is really good. You were telling me earlier about agaves. Like, people plant agaves everywhere, and then they don't realize that on that 2-foot strip, that agave that's now 10 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What are you going to do? And you've been using this to pull up a lot of agaves.
It's amazing. I mean, what do you do with that situation? I mean, you're in a situation where you can't cut it down. I mean, it's a very tough plant to deal with. And yeah, broadfork's able to jam in there at an angle and rip it out pretty easily. And so yeah, I've transplanted massive agaves with this thing, massive trees.
And the way this works, so I'll show you. Like, you put it on the ground, and this ground has been wetted a little bit, so it's kind of helped us.
Yeah.
And you just put it on the ground, and then you just jump on it.
You jump on it like that. It's more of a, you jump on it and you kind of slowly, balance on top of it, and you slowly rock it back and forth until you're all the way, or basically as deep as you want to go. With this guy, sometimes I'll stop halfway, you know, depending on what I'm doing. Ooh. So sometimes you'll get clay stuck to this. You kind of just boot it off a little bit, work your way backwards so you're not tracking over your freshly loosened bed. Right now there's mulch on top, but usually I will spread compost and all of the amendments that I want to work deep into the garden before I do that. And yeah, you work your way back. And you really get the hang of it after the first couple.
And you're really just aerating the soil, because people don't realize it, but soil needs air.
Exactly.
Right? And especially clay soils, right? So this is going to be really good in a clay soil.
Fantastic for clay soils. I mean, clay, that's what we deal with here, is constantly trying to figure out ways to loosen clay and keep it loosened. So a lot of that is organic matter. You know, we use gypsum and sulfur and a lot of other stuff like that to help keep clay particles from sticking back together. So in this sense, I mean, essentially we spread out compost, any of the soft rock amendments that I just mentioned on top of the soil. And then I broadfork, and you can see what happens here is all those amendments are just drilled super deep into the soil, and you could either choose to flip it. You know, if you have weeds, you can flip this clay over, or
the weeds are upside down, no sunlight.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can see that this clay that was once, I mean, this is very compacted clay. I mean, we're in a parking lot here.
Yeah, right.
And as soon as we pull this up, I mean, you can hear the air sucking into the, to the hole. It's amazing.
The ground really wants it.
So yeah, I mean, it's a tree planting tool, it's a tree moving tool, it's a bed preparation tool. It's one of the most versatile tools I've come across. And we've lost touch with a lot of those, like, artisan tools. Like tools that used to be just necessary, to deal with. And now, I mean, you know, we're just so used to buying, you know, shovels and you know, pickaxes that, you know, and using heavy machinery for other stuff. And so we kind of lost touch with the practical tools that, I mean, used to just be you know, in our heritage. You know, I mean, we you know, this should be in everybody's, you know, garage. And you know,
awesome.
Especially when you see tillers, you know. I constantly have trouble starting those things when you need them, you know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you use them once a year,
yeah,
and
right.
and you leave the gas in it.
Notoriously don't work.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Especially the ones that you don't use that often. Hey, Gaia, this is a nursery pooch.
That's our nursery dog. Well, Ross, thanks so much for showing us the broadfork.
Yeah.
And y'all, this is Marjory Wildcraft, another really useful tool for you in your garden, growing your own food. I'll catch you on another episode of Homesteading Basics.